Hello and welcome to the Silver King's War. I'm Michael Sievers, the writer, producer, and creator of this podcast series about my father's Second World War as a B-26 bombardier. Today we begin the letters that the Silver King wrote from Lakeland, Florida, during his month of pilot school. This month, where he hoped to become a 90-day wonder, is a most intense period of writing for him in this spring season. Stanley's pilot school in Lakeland, Florida, is a private program. It's called the Lodwick School of Aeronautics, and it's attached to the 60th Army Air Force's Flying Training Detachment. And Stanley writes his first letter on Sunday, April 4th, 1943. Dearest Ones, here I am in God's country, and I do mean God's country. If anyone had told me the Army would be like this, or if a place like this even existed, I would have called them a liar. It is absolutely a paradise, but that's just putting it mildly. I don't know how to begin to describe it to you. It would be impossible to really paint you a picture in words. You'd have to see it to really appreciate it, and then you wouldn't believe your eyes. I'm going to try as best I know how to tell you about this heaven on earth. First of all, there is only a little over 300 cadets here. Consequently, it's not a large place, only 3 barracks, 1 mess hall, an administration building, and of course, planes and hangars. The real beauty of the place is in its layout. It's built about 100 yards off a beautiful lake with palm trees scattered all over. The buildings are all modern, having been built in 1939, so it is all practically new. Even the bathrooms are finished in tile, green tile. Honest, it's marvelous. Besides, we don't have to do any cleaning up whatsoever, not even our rooms. All we have to do is make up our bunks and put away our clothes. Civilians do the rest. And last but hardly least, women, beautiful white girls, serve us in the mess hall. Believe me, I could rave on forever and still not do the place justice. It's from another world. I haven't done any flying yet. That will come tomorrow or Tuesday. At present, we're getting plenty of lectures. After seeing this place, I feel I can fly any plane, and I'm going to prove it. The trip down was swell. We came all the way in Pullmans. That was something. We left Maxwell Friday around 5 p.m. and arrived here yesterday at 2 in the afternoon. It wasn't tiresome at all with the Pullman. Don't write me until I write you again. I haven't been assigned to a flight yet, so my address isn't complete. I'll probably know more tomorrow. I feel swell. I guess it's the climate together with this wonderful life. The weather is gorgeous. Keep well and take care of yourselves. Love to Ida. I love you and miss you, Stan. The Silver King is over the moon about the Lakeland, Florida installation. And as he does throughout his writing and his war, when possible, he writes almost every day to keep his family informed. And this is true for the first week in Lakeland, as he writes to his family on Monday, April 5th, 1943. Dearest Ones, I know you're anxious to hear what's going on, so I'll try to keep you informed as much as possible. I think I'll have more time to write than I did at Maxwell. As yet, I haven't been up in a plane. That will come tomorrow morning. This morning, I met my instructor. Naturally, with only talking to him a few hours, I wasn't able to feel him out. His name is Hayes, a young fellow, I'd say in his early 30s, nice-looking, and appears to be a real man. By the way, he is a civilian, as all the instructors are. Tomorrow, when I fly with him, I'll get to know him better. Each instructor has charge of 5 students. 3 fly in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. This morning, he just talked to us about the fundamentals of flying and the use of the parachute. It all sounds so interesting. I can hardly wait until morning. The fellows who went up this afternoon are all crazy about it. You should hear the stories they are telling. I'll probably shoot just as much bull. Oh, you should see me in my helmet and goggles. I look like a pilot even if I won't be able to fly, which I pray to God won't be. I went to class this afternoon, but of course it wasn't much for the first day. Also, I had calisthenics. Believe me, it's a picnic compared to Maxwell. We have about 15 minutes of exercise, then play games for the balance of the hour. We can play volleyball, basketball, baseball, football, or horseshoes. There is no running, just games. This place is really a paradise. The only complaint I can make is the food. As you know, this really isn't considered, or rather run by the Army, but by civilians, so we hardly get any more to eat than you. It's true we're hungry all the time, but the rest of the place makes up for it. I really don't mind it at all. This place is such a dream. I would have to be awfully selfish to complain. I received your letter forwarded from Maxwell. I'm sorry I didn't get to see you again. We should be thankful for the time we did have together. You can write me here now. Use the address on the envelope. Just add Flight C-43-I, and I'll get it promptly. Write often. I must get to bed now as I have a busy day tomorrow. Love to Ida. I love you and miss you, Stan. The Silver King's excitement grows about flight school as he writes to his family on Tuesday, April 6, 1943. Dearest Ones, I just got back from the flight line, and I'm so thrilled I had to write you immediately. I went up for the first time, and what an experience. I actually flew the plane on a level flight and turns. My instructor wouldn't let me try any more than that for the first day. Believe me, I was never so pleased with anything in all my life. I know now for sure that I want to fly. It will be a hard grind, but I'm going to do my best. I was up for only 39 minutes this morning, and every minute was a thrill. When he let me take the controls, I felt like a baby with a new toy. Honestly, flying is the greatest thing in the world. After today, I know I'm going through this course nonstop. On my left and right turns, I had a little trouble keeping my nose up, but that's to be expected at first. As time goes by, I'll get the feel of it just as one does in an automobile. Must close now and go to chow. Perhaps I'll get more time later today to write again. I had to write you this as I am so excited. Please write soon. Love to Ida. I love you and miss you, Stan. Stanley continues to share the excitement of flying with his family as he writes for the 4th consecutive day on Wednesday, April 7th, 1943. Dearest Ones, just got back from the flight line and feel like a million. This morning I had 47 minutes in the air, and it was marvelous. I did power turns, gliding turns, and climbing turns, plus coordinating turns. It's difficult, believe me, as there is so much to remember in each maneuver. I have no fear whatsoever of flying. I think it's great, yet I know it's going to be difficult. Of course, I can't expect to be an ace after only a little over an hour of instrumentation. It will take time. I'm just hoping it won't take more time than the government allows. I'm supposed to be solo after 8 hours of instruction. Then I have a check after 10 hours to determine if I'm progressing fast enough. If not, it means the washing machine, but I won't worry about that until the time comes. In the meantime, I'm having difficulty in keeping my nose up. I usually do my turns about 3,000 feet up, and each time I lose from 200 to 300 feet on them. You aren't supposed to do that, but it will take time to practice to do it just right. Time will tell, and time is of the essence. Classes are really boring. They seem so trivial in comparison to the flying. We only go 2 hours a day, thank goodness. Much more would be hard to take. The 2 courses are engines and theory of flight. Draw your own conclusions from that. Also, the weather is so gorgeous that it's hard to keep awake in the classroom. I'd much rather be flying all day, or maybe swimming. I'm afraid I won't have much time to write after all. Every night except Friday and Saturday I must study from 7:30 to 9:30 in the study hall with the rest of the cadets. It's compulsory for all underclassmen, so I'll only be able to write when I have time during the day. Explain this to Leona and everyone. I don't think I told you before, but I'm wearing khaki now. They surely feel good after having to wear wool. There isn't much else. I haven't had a chance to look up Arthur Phillips. He's located in Lakeland, I suppose, but at the Army base here, not here at Lodwick. I'll try to call him soon. Please write soon and keep well. Love to Ida. I love and miss you, Stan. Our hero, the Silver King, has reached the end of his first week at pilot school in Lakeland, Florida. It's hard work, he's tired, but he's thrilled about what he's doing. And we have reached the end of part 1 of Lakeland Letters. And you are listening to the Silver King's War.